Breaking news, the Duchess of Suds has a hot and spicy take she's gonna share with you. I think that 2023 is the year that Melt and Pour soap comes back into fashion. Hi, for those who don't know me, my name is Katie Carson. I'm the Duchess of Suds at Royalty Soaps, and I am well known-ish in the community for making cold process soap, specifically soap with soap frosting on top of it. But I have noticed a trend recently as I've been scrolling on the TikTok and the Instagram. There are a lot of people out there making Melt and Pour #1 and selling Melt and Pour #2. Here's what I think. I think in 2020, when a lot of people had a lot of time on their hands and they wanted to try soap making, they were like, "Oi, Melt and Pour, a great option," because it is. No lie, lots of fun designs, fun to get silicone molds and embed stuff. This is great. And then other people were like, "Hey, that's art. That's beautiful. I want to buy that." And so I think it's on its way back in. Now, do I offer Melt and Pour in my soap shop? Yes, I do. It is under the header Diamond Soaps, but a lot of the diamond soaps I currently offer are like one pour, and they're really, really nice. They're just not that complicated. Today, we're going to try to make something a little more complicated. A disclaimer, a warning, if you will. I am not the first person to come up with this concept, okay? I am going to be adding some crystals into my Melt and Pour soap. This has been done probably longer than I've been alive, okay? People have been getting these cool tumbled crystals and adding them and infusing them into Melt and Pour for forever. Now, there's some people in the market who are better known for it now, i.e. Crystal Bar Soap. That is who I got this inspiration for the video from. It's from this brand, okay? They make some of the coolest like embedded crystal soaps ever, and then they cut their bar to kind of look like a crystal. They have all these different embeds and stuff, so that's where I got the inspiration for this. They are by no means the only people who do this. Let me show you guys the crystals that I picked out for my Melt and Pour soap today. I have opalite as my first crystal. This is one of my favorites because it looks so pretty. I have some green aventurine, I believe is how it's pronounced. I have some banded amethyst. I have some rainbow moonstone, some smoky quartz, some gold quartz, and some strawberry obsidian. I thought this would be fun to do like a strawberry soap. Now, the first step, of course, to making the soap is going to be to make the embeds. The Melt and Pour I'm using is the Melt and Pour from Nature's Garden. It's the Suds and Glow White Melt and Pour. This part's going to take a while. I'm going to have to pour into a lot of different cavities many different times. So sit back, relax, enjoy the music.
Two hours later.
So this is the messy reality of doing a very complicated Melt and Pour soap project. You guys know I'm a pretty clean person when it comes to making soap and stuff, but this just has so many moving layers. Now, I have popped out all of my embeds. I poured all of them. I dusted the ones that needed dusting, like these Rococo swirls. I dusted our sea turtles. We're gonna do a test because in reality, I do not know the best way to get something like this to stay in here. I don't know if I should pour it upside down so that it goes that way, or if I should pour the base first, put them in, and then pour clear on top. So I'm gonna try it both ways and see which one works best. So for two of the bars, I ended up making a clear layer on the bottom of the mold and placing the embeds in upside down, including the rock, making another little layer, and then pouring all the pretty soap on top. And then on the other two, I just poured the prettier layer first, and then I went to add in the embeds. Now, I didn't wait long enough for one of them. The rock totally sunk to the bottom, but I was starting to get worried about the two layers not sticking together. And the Melt and Pour I ended up pouring on top wasn't that great. It was hard to judge the depth of the embeds, and quite frankly, it was just a mess. I actually ended up melting the embeds because, again, it was too hot. I also added some fragrance to the clear layer, and I definitely shouldn't have done that because it made it cloudy. So upon unmolding the bars 2 hours later, there's a very clear winner. With the soaps that I poured a clear layer in first, everything is so clear. It's very easy to tell what the those embeds are. With this layer, it got cloudy, everything started spreading and floating to the top. Going forward, we will definitely be making like an encasement layer first, and then adding in our melt and pour embeds, and then pouring the back layer on. The back layer will be the fragranced layer. You guys, I just wanted to pop in real quick in this video to let you know that our party era collection bundles sold out in 45 minutes. So we have decided to open up a pre-order for this bundle. We will ship these bundles the week of the September release. We will have all that information on the bundle listing. And yes, the pre-order still has free shipping in the United States and 2 little gifts. So if you didn't get the bundle and you really wanted to, now's your chance. The next 4 soaps that I'm going to be making, you can see here I've already done the amethyst, are not going to have any melt and pour embeds in. Enjoy the montage! Okay guys, all of the soaps are hard now and can be taken out of their molds. I started working on all these soaps at around 11 a.m. today. It's now 9 at night, but I have learned so much today. So much. Here is our rainbow moonstone. So let me tell you one of the things I learned with this bar is that I really loved all of the hot pink like zigzag stuff here, but I poured it too hot. I should have waited till it was a little more gooey so that all the colors didn't run quite as much. I have some of the greens sort of going into the orange here. It just would have been a lot cleaner had this been just set up a little bit more, but still, it's a really fun bar. I love the stone embedded. Really pretty overall. We've got our opalite. This was a really big experiment for me because I did not know if I could just color things using sparkles. I used Sparkle Sunshine, I used like Sparkle Me Red, Sparkle Me Aqua, all those things. And here's what I learned with this one. You can do that. It's really helpful to have an opaque background. That would have helped a lot because you kind of lose the depth of all of those rainbow glitters that I have in there. It just looks like it continues on forever and nobody really stands out that much. So that's what I learned with this batch. This one is probably my favorite overall because I waited for my drizzle to set up. It feels like it has the right amount of glitter. It has the right amount of like color. I love how thin this layer is and then how thick the white layer is. Really obsessed with how this one came out. I poured the amethyst soap really cold and that paid off. Man, how it paid off. Look at this bar. It's so beautiful. It looks like glass. The marbling, just stunning. Like, look at that. It looks like a cloud or something. I like the stars. I may not have added the other glitter because this design is pretty enough to stand on its own. Now these were the biggest labor of love. Definitely have to spritz those melt and pour strawberries with rubbing alcohol, and you have to pour it, I would just say a little bit warmer, not a ton, just a little bit so that it can fill in all those holes. I love the way the embeds look. It's giving strawberry shortcake. It's so so cute. My lean is towards the soaps with more embeds. I love the way it looks. I love how it looks like a piece of art. I love how it looks like glass. It just makes it fun. And now time for our sea soap. I mean, look at that. That is insane. Like the detail, just so flea flopping pretty. Love the smoky quartz. For this particular soap, there were some that I added an opaque back to and some that I didn't. So here's the one that I did not add an opaque back to. So if you hold it up, you can kind of see through it. Looks like everyone's swimming. This one, you can see I kind of poured an opaque layer. So you can't see through that one. If I hold it like this, you can't see all the way through it. Which one do y'all like more? Do you like being able to see through the very back? Do you like it being opaque? Opaque makes everything look a little bit more blue, but this one, I mean, it'd be fun to hold up to a light. Oh yes, and of course we have our original pours here. In the future, I would have made these ornate decorations fully gold. I don't think they need to be white. It makes it sort of hard to tell after you've embedded it what it is, but other than that, I love the concept of this bar. Doesn't matter how long you've been making soap, there's always things to learn, always things to improve on, and I'm just delighted. I mean, I'm gonna be taking one of these to my shower right now. Like, this is going with me, guys. This is so cute. Thanks so much for joining me today in my little melt and pour experiment. Like I said, learned so much. A lot about the temperature of melt and pour, different types of melt and pour. I was using the one from Nature's Garden today. It's a lot stickier and tackier than, say, a low sweat melt and pour is. I was definitely able to do more designs with that particular type of melt and pour. I will leave that down below for you. Here's a great takeaway, is that anybody can do this, okay? The supplies are readily available. These molds, you can get something similar to this on Amazon, if not this exact same one. Anywhere that you have fragrances and colorants, you have even more options with melt and pour than you do with cold process, because it's not going through the same chemical process. There's lots of different micas that look so much better in melt and pour. So this is just the tip of the iceberg for me. It has definitely whet my appetite to try more designs, try more creative ideas for melt and pour soap making, and hopefully expand my product offering as well. So thanks again for joining me. Have an absolutely royal day. Be sure you do something for yourself today, and I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, bye for now.